Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good. Whatever the place you are, wherever you are, welcome to One Coffee with R, where conversations cross borders and ideas spark change. Today, we are heading to the lush coastal forests of Kenya, Diani to be exact. This is a story of a monkey, a forest, and a community that refused to look away. And today I will join Nancy Mungunia. She's the leader at the Colobus Conservation. It's it's a great initiative that's reimagining what conservation looks like. So from the ground up. So Nancy, karibu sana, Kenya, karibu sana, and welcome to the show.
Asante Sana.
So
Thank you. It's good to be
let's go
here.
into the yeah. Let's go into the call of the forest, and let's begin at the end of the forest. Uh, so we have leaves, we have coastal wind, we have a Colobus monkey, and how this idea came from.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a lot of story behind this one.
Yes, there is. Colobus Conservation started in 1996 after three individuals, the residents, were just every single day they could observe road accident for the monkeys. And one day they just said, hey, we can't just be watching this. We need to do something about it. And so the idea came up, and in 1997, it all began. And the journey started, and it's never stopped until today. So the initiative, it's a rescue rehabilitation center. Our work is to capture any monkey with any problem, road accident, electrocution, abandoned monkeys, treat them, take them through rehabilitation process, and release them back to the wild. But even then, they sat again and said, wait a minute, we can't just rescue and we don't have the proper habitation for them to go back to. So why don't we take care of the habitat as well? And so then we started another journey of taking care of habitat, awareness for the residents, why grow indigenous tree, do not cut trees, plant more for the animals. Yes.
So you went from step number one to step number two because of the need of to create this habitat for them, and
Yes.
Since then there's a conservation center that I would like to go into details because I was able to be in Diani Beach, but I would like to tell the audience how this rehabilitation center looks like and what you guys are doing. And this is an Angolan black and white Colobus, which is great. I mean, it's a great monkey. So
Yes.
if you can tell us about this one.
And so since the inception until today, our work basically is to have mitigations for the problems the monkeys are facing in Diani. And it's good to say to our audience about the 6 species we have. We have the Colobus black Angolan monkey, we have the yellow baboon, we have the varvets, we have the sykes, and then we have galagos, the bush babies, which we have 2, lesser and greater. So those are the 6 species of primates in Diani. And what are the major problems the primates are facing? The major one at the moment is loss of habitat due to urbanization, development. Diani has grown at a very fast rate. And so habitat is being lost day in, day out. Actually, it's a crisis for us as it is at the moment. And then number 2 is electrocutions. Our power lines, most of them are not insulated, especially the high voltage power lines. And so the colobus monkey, unfortunately, these are the ones more affected, simply because the colobus are high canopy animals. They don't really come on the ground so much as opposed to the other monkeys. And so them trying to go from one to another, connectivity, at times they miss a branch and they go to the bare wire lines and they get electrocuted. So those are two. There's another one that is also becoming like a threat now with the high growth rate in Diani, road traffic accident. The monkeys trying to cross from one side to another of the road, so many vehicles, some are over speeding, and unfortunately they get hit. And then we have another one, which is pets. People keeping monkey as pets. Some for business purposes, they want to sell the monkey and get money. Some they want just to use the monkey and abuse and deny the monkey the right. I think at times it's also because of lack of knowledge, knowing that animals have a right as well, you know. And so, yes, and so what do we do, or how do we come in to mitigate these problems? One, for the habitat loss, which is a battle until today we are fighting, and it is really worrying, actually. As much as we are doing education and awareness program to the community and the school children, if you cut one, plant two. If you cut two, plant four. And don't just plant any tree. Plant the indigenous trees that are food to the primates. And it's not just about the primates when we talk about tree growing, it's basically the ecosystem of Diani. Diani has beautiful biodiversity. And so it's just about everybody, the animals, the humans, all of us in it. And so what we do, we have a program with school children.
Yes.
We call it Trees for Kids. So education program, children come to us, they do an education day, and then as they go back to school, we give them trees to go and plant back in their school. And this is basically to encourage the environment clubs in schools to start taking and planting.
Nancy, and besides what you're doing with the community, with the schools, are you also, do you have any progress with the local business?
Yes, we do. We also do the same with the hotels. Remember, Diani is really surrounded with hotels, cottages,
Yes.
and villas. So we have education program with hotel staff where we get a chance, we go to the hotel, we educate them about coexistence. It's a big issue in Diani. And as we educate them on coexistence, we also show them the causes that have them compete for space with monkeys. One is that waste management, they need to manage their waste. And number two, they need to have monkey-proof windows so that they can be that coexistence. We can't get rid of the monkeys, neither can we get rid of the hotels and the people. And so it's just training the hotels how they can be able to coexist with the monkeys and still have a smooth business and a good relationship as well with the wildlife. So we do training, and we also do tree planting with the hotels. And also they do Colobus Bridge insulation or maintenance.
Yes. And what about the tourists? Do they understand what you guys are doing in Diani?
Actually, yes. To be honest, most of the tourists embrace what we do more than the locals, actually. We have an eco tour program where from Monday to Saturdays, tourists can just do a walk-in and visit the center, get to learn what we do. We have a 45-minute tour where we give them all the information about us, the journey we walk, the mitigations, also just to make them aware, being a tourist in Diani, what are the do's and don'ts for you to enjoy, even relating with the monkeys? Because being in a hotel, when you leave your windows open, monkeys will go in. When
Yes,
you leave
correct.
your room open, monkeys will go in. So it's also another way of educating the tourists that you can still enjoy Diani with having the monkeys around you. So yes, we work with hotels, eco tour program every single day, 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Good. Let me tell my audience that Diani Beach is located in Kenya. And if you want to go there, there are too many options. I mean, you need to fly to Nairobi. You can either take a train. It's a really fast train from Nairobi to Mombasa, and then you can drive into, or you can take a taxi into Diani. Diani Beach is a beautiful place, and over here you will find all these monkeys that I do have behind, and also the Colobus Conservation. Let me go for technology, and I know that you are doing a lot about technology, and you are doing innovation. So you are using GPS, you are using
Yes,
mapping, you are using mobile alerts,
yes.
and this is also in a low resource environment. How do you make tech work for your mission?
Good question. One, I would start by sensors because now, since we began, we need to monitor the numbers. Are they going up or going down? And so we do census every year, every October, and people are welcome to volunteer to do census with us. So we go in transects and we have GPS coordinates, 100 meters in and off the road, both sides of the road. And so we sweep the forest counting the monkeys to be able to determine whether the numbers are stable or going up or going down. And I'm happy to say that, especially for the colobus monkeys, it is good to let our audience know under the red IUCN red list, the colobus monkey is rated vulnerable. And so they're very, very sensitive animals. And if we don't take care of it, they're going to go extinct. So the numbers have gone up from 2011 when we began the census, from 200, and now we have 500 colobus monkeys along the Diani Beach Road. And so what we are doing now, we are doing census in the entire Kwale, not just Diani, to determine how many colobus monkeys do we have in the entire Kwale. We did a study in 2020, 10 years ago, 20, I think 2010.
2015.
Yes, in the entire Kwale. So we want to determine and see 10 years ago, what are the most dangers of the forest? How is the forest affected? And what are the numbers in these forest patches for the colobus monkeys? Have they gone down? Have they gone up? And what is the disturbance saying? And what are the mitigations we can go back now in and start mitigating to restore back the forest patches that we have lost? Another study we do, we are not yet to finalize the data, but we are doing a research study to understand the weaning behavior of the colobus monkey. In the past years, we've struggled to hand rear a colobus infant because they are very sensitive. They have very sensitive stomach and they have special diet. So what we do with the Bristol University, a student came down to collect data, poop sample, urine sample, and to study 3 different colobus groups to understand their weaning patterns and what ages. And after that, once she analyzes that data, we'll be happy to have a protocol on how to take care of colobus infant monkey.
Oh, that's amazing, huh? I mean, you
Yes.
guys are putting I mean, your hands everywhere, and it's nice that you are also talking about community, business, also the university. and what you will get from that research, it will be very good for not only for you guys, also for the monkeys. And this is very important to really have a protocol.
Yeah, and actually, other than just us and the monkeys, it's going to help other sanctuary organizations like us who are really struggling with proper protocol to take care of hand rare monkeys, especially the colobus, black and white colobus monkey. And it's good also to say one of technology we use. It's a Colobus Bridge. We call it Colobus Bridge because it was built for the monkeys, the word Colobus. So RTA, the road accidents, the mitigation method is to build a Colobus Bridge which runs across the road, helps the monkey to cross on the bridge and not on the road, to help them from being hit with vehicles on the road. And this is amazing. It's not just the colobus, the monkeys are using it. We've seen squirrels, we've seen snake using it. And it's amazing that it has helped other animals to come from the dangers of the road and just use the Colobus Bridge.
Yeah, you are right, because when you are in the main road in Diani Beach, you see many of those bridges. And when I arrive to the airport, I say, so what is that one? And the driver told me, yeah, that's a bridge for the monkeys. I said, what? Because was my first time looking up and saying, oh, this is a bridge. Yeah, but for monkeys. And you are right. I also saw some squirrels, so that's true. And that's very good for the monkeys.
Yes. And another study.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
We've published papers on electrocutions and mitigations method. Right now we are working together with our service provider called Kenya Power to help insulate the power lines. So what we want to do now is to do a survey in the entire Diani stretch to see what are the right power lines to put, either areas that the power lines need to go underground, some needs to have higher poles, and some needs to have the low voltage one, which we can insulate locally using PSV pipes. So what we do with insulating locally, we buy a USB pipe and we open it into two, but not completely down, so that you can use that pipe to clip it on the low voltage line. So anytime the monkeys can really access and use that.
Yeah, smart, really smart. Well, guys, I mean, you're doing a lot, huh? Let me talk about there is another group, women, youth, and we're talking about eco leadership. And there's a lot about this one. And there's some famous people like Nancy, like Nancy, you are a very special one. But there's another person by the name of Marian, right?
Yes.
Can you share that story?
Yes, we've empowered community and the youth and the women groups. We work closely with them as well. And it is good to say that out of the education program we have done, we have seen, and especially the young ones, we have seen them coming out with the passion for conservation. We have 2 students who are still in school, actually, before I talk about Mary. They're both male. They've decided to take their artistic talent into conservation. So they do poetry and music about conservation.
Oh.
And so it's something really to be proud of, and just to say education and awareness really works. It might take time, but it's good to go. So we have Mary. Mary came into Colobus Conservation, I think 15 years ago, as a young girl, and without knowledge about conservation.
Yes.
Just a girl looking for a job, you know. And she comes to Colobus, and because she's done marketing, she lands into the marketing department. And so her major work is purely to talk to the tourists about monkeys, about the ecosystem, about biodiversity. And wow, 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 wow. It's amazing when you listen to that woman now. She's really grown into that passion that comes out. She talks about conservation, you'd think she's done school and anything about it, but it's just the knowledge from Colobus Conservation. She can talk to you about monkeys, about corals, about trees. Something that she didn't know that she can talk about one day in her life. She can now tell you about which are the trees to plant, which are the trees that are eaten by monkeys. She can tell you um, the characteristics of monkeys. She can tell you what to do and what not to do when you're out with monkeys. She's also learned German, and she can do fluent eco education in German, which she flows very well. And I asked her the other day, it's good to note this, that if today you were taken out of Colobus and you are asked what to do or what kind of job would you want to do, what would you choose? And she said, no, I'm happy to do conservation now, tomorrow, anytime. So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. And she's done education for school children as well. She does conservation activities like games that just encourage the children about conservation through games. And yeah, and maybe to talk a little bit about Nancy. By professional, she's business administrator. Where she lived before she came to Diani, she was a farmer. And baboons had terrorized her farm. So she came to Diani not in love with monkeys at all. And then what she learns into Colobus Conservation, and she has to talk to people about baboons. And knowledge is power. She came, she learned about monkeys, she fell in love with monkeys. Actually, my favorite now monkey is the baboons. Can you imagine? I love baboons. I called people from where I came from and said, listen, I now understand better. You don't have to kill monkeys. You can coexist with them. And fulfillment is just when you release a monkey and a healthy monkey back to the wild after going through a journey of 1 year rehabilitation. For me, that's a sense of fulfillment. It's not even about the money, it's about the animals. And so because of Colobus, Nancy is super passionate about primates.
You know, I mean, if I think about this one, it's just saving any monkey, a Colobus, a baboon, isn't just about saving one monkey. I think it's something more profound. It's I think it's an ecological mission with
Yes.
the spiritual resonance, and there's a lot of things you're doing with the monkeys, with your people, with the tourists, and with the business. And I think the great job that you are showing to the world, and maybe you have a message for to offer to young people, which is listening. Let's say in another country in Africa, Ghana, or maybe in Brazil. There's a lot to do there, or maybe in the U.S. You have any message for these young generations about what you guys are doing in Diani, Kenya?
Yes. One, I would urge everybody to be a voice to the voiceless.
Wow. Yes.
It all starts with you. You don't need somebody else to start doing right. You can do it in your own small way. Do not litter. Do not cut. If you can you can avoid cutting down, please do not cut. If you have space to plant, 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 plant. And please don't plant any other species that is not from your country, because at times we get so excited with some species from different countries, not knowing we might be bringing invasive in your own country. So every country is unique and has its own rich species. Plant what belongs to that country. Make the world beautiful in your own small way.
Wow. That's not a message. That's a great, great message. So, Nancy, well, thank you very much for this journey, because we talk about canopy bridges to open data to GPS, from women's leadership to the wisdom of the forest. And also, you've shown us the purpose driven innovation is not a theory. So, it's alive and it's thriving in Diani Beach. So, to our listeners, if you want to see how a monkey can unite a movement, you need to check Colobus Conversation. I mean, it's amazing. And don't forget to subscribe to One Coffee with Art for more voices like Nancy shaping this future. So again, Nancy, thank you very much for your time. And I hope that your voice will be listened all around the globe. And I mean, also, thank you very much to all the people in Diani. It has been a great, great time and a nice place. Thank you very much. And until next time, and keep building bridges, because that is important. Thank you. Bye-bye, Nancy.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Asante sana.
Asante sana.